There is a counterintuitive truth about style that most men over 60 have never been told directly. The more effort that goes into an outfit, the more layers, the more accessories, the more color combinations, the more pattern mixing, the less well the man wearing it tends to look. And the simpler the outfit, the fewer the pieces, the more coherent the palette, the more deliberate the restraint, the stronger, the sharper, and the more authoritative the overall impression becomes. This is not a rule that applies to men of all ages equally. Younger men can carry complexity in an outfit and have it read as energy, personality, or creative confidence. The visual noise of a layered, pattern-heavy, accessory-laden outfit on a younger man can communicate exuberance. On a man over 60, the same complexity communicates something different: effort. And visible effort, the impression that the man is trying hard with his clothing, is the opposite of the effortless authority that makes a well-dressed older man genuinely compelling. Authority after 60 is communicated through restraint, through the decision to remove rather than add, through the confidence to let a single well-fitted navy blazer over a white polo and dark jeans carry the entire impression without needing assistance from a patterned scarf, a statement watch, a layered necklace, and a contrasting pocket square, all working simultaneously. The man who wears all of these things at once looks like he is anxious about his appearance. The man who removes all but one looks like he owns the room. This channel is about classic menswear, timeless style, and the practical decisions that help men over 60 look their best. Today we are going into the principle that underpins all of it, why simpler is not just easier, it is stronger. The first reason men over 60 look better in simpler outfits is the focal point principle. Every outfit has, or should have, one primary visual element that draws the eye and establishes the impression of the man wearing it. In a well-edited, simple outfit, that focal point is the man himself, his face, his bearing, his presence. In an overcomplicated outfit, the focal point shifts from the man to his clothes. The eye is drawn to the pattern on the jacket, to the layers of accessories, to the visual complexity of the combination, and the man behind all of it becomes secondary. For men over 60, this shift is particularly damaging. The most compelling things about a well-dressed man at this stage of life, the silver hair, the composed bearing, the settled confidence of someone who has arrived, are all located in the face and the carriage. They require space to be seen. They require an outfit that supports them rather than competes with them. A simple white polo, a navy blazer, dark jeans and a tan loafer creates that space. The face is the focal point. The presence is the impression. The clothes are invisible because they are exactly right. There is a practical test for the focal point. Stand in front of a mirror at arm's length and look at the reflection for 3 seconds. What does the eye go to first, the face or an element of the outfit? If the answer is the face, the outfit is working. If the answer is a patterned jacket, a layered accessory arrangement, or a complex color combination, the outfit is working against the man. The test takes 3 seconds. The result is immediate and usually honest. The second reason is the coherence dividend. A simple outfit, 3 pieces, 1 palette, 1 leather family, has internal coherence that a complex outfit almost never achieves. Coherence means that every element of the outfit is working in the same direction, contributing to the same overall impression, and relating to every other element in a clear and deliberate way. A complex outfit, multiple patterns, multiple color families, multiple texture registers, multiple layers, requires a very specific and very practiced eye to achieve coherence, and most men who attempt it do not achieve it. The result is not a bold, complex impression, it is a confused one. The coherence dividend is the visual value that simplicity generates automatically, without expertise. A man who puts on a well-fitted stone blazer, a white Oxford shirt, dark charcoal trousers, and polished tan leather shoes has achieved complete coherence with 4 decisions. Every piece is in the same register. Every color is from the same palette. Every material belongs to the same quality level. The outfit reads as intentional and complete because there is nothing in it that does not belong. This is considerably harder to achieve with 8 pieces than with 4. The coherence dividend also has a social dimension that most men underestimate. A coherent, simple outfit does not draw attention to itself, which means the attention in any social situation is directed entirely at the man. His words land with more weight. His presence is registered more fully. He is remembered for who he is rather than what he wore. This is precisely what the well-dressed man over 60 should be aiming for: complete invisibility of the clothes and complete visibility of the man. If you are finding this useful, the kind of clear, direct reasoning behind why the simplest approach is so often the strongest, go ahead and subscribe. This channel is built around exactly this kind of practical insight, and there is a great deal more coming. The third reason is the remove one thing rule. Before leaving the house, look in the mirror and remove one thing. This rule is powerful because most men over 60 over-accessorize rather than under-accessorize. The instinct when looking at an assembled outfit is that it needs something more: a watch, a pocket square, a belt with an interesting buckle, a pin. The discipline is to resist that instinct, to ask instead, what can be removed from this outfit without losing anything essential? Almost always, the answer is something, and removing it makes the outfit stronger. The specific version of this rule that applies most often to men over 60 concerns accessories. The watch and the belt constitute the complete accessory load for a smart casual outfit. A pocket square is appropriate at elevated smart casual and above. A necklace or chain belongs at casual and nowhere above it. Rings, if worn, should be few and considered, and sunglasses, when carried rather than worn, should be held rather than perched on the head. Each of these decisions is a removal. Each removal makes the impression of the man cleaner and more authoritative. The fourth reason simpler outfits work better after 60 is specific to pattern. Pattern in clothing, checks, stripes, herringbone, houndstooth, is a visual amplifier. It draws the eye, it creates movement, and it adds visual complexity. On a man over 60 who is wearing a patterned jacket, the pattern becomes the primary visual element of the outfit, and the man becomes secondary to the garment. There is also a specific aging effect of certain patterns, particularly very traditional patterns, like large plaids, bold tartans, or very high contrast herringbone, that reads as belonging to an older generation of dressing rather than to a timeless modern classic sensibility. The simpler alternative is a well-chosen solid color in a quality material that shows its texture rather than its pattern. A fine wool blazer in solid navy has more visual richness than a boldly patterned blazer in a cheaper material, but the richness comes from the quality of the fabric rather than from a pattern demanding attention. Texture without pattern is the mature man's version of visual interest, present for those who are close enough to notice, invisible from across a room where patterns do more damage than good. The one exception worth noting, a very subtle texture pattern, a fine herringbone that reads as almost solid from any distance, or a very quiet Glen plaid in tonal colors, adds textural interest without visual noise. These work for men over 60 because they create richness close up and solidity from a distance. Bold contrast patterns do the opposite, demanding attention at every viewing angle and leaving the man secondary to his jacket. Now I want to hear from you. When you look at the outfits you are most drawn to, the ones you put together on days when you want to look your best, are they the simpler ones or the more complex ones? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. The fifth reason is the confidence signal. A man who wears a very simple outfit, 3 pieces, deliberately chosen, everything exactly right, is communicating something specific about his relationship with his appearance. He is communicating that he does not need complexity to make an impression, that he trusts his own presence to carry the occasion without the assistance of multiple visual layers, that he has enough confidence in who he is that the clothes need only support him rather than speak for him. This is one of the most powerful signals a well-dressed man over 60 can send, and it can only be sent through simplicity, because complexity communicates the opposite, that the man needs the clothes to do work he cannot do himself. The most admired men in any room are almost never the most elaborately dressed. They are the most composed, the most settled, the most clearly themselves. And that quality, complete ease with one's own presence, is communicated most powerfully through an outfit reduced to its essentials and nothing more. The simple outfit is not the easy outfit, it is the disciplined outfit, the one that required the decision to remove rather than add. And for a man over 60 who has arrived at a place of genuine security in who he is, the simple outfit is not just the better choice, it is the honest one. The simple outfit is not the easy outfit, it is the disciplined outfit, the outfit that required the decision to remove something rather than add something, the outfit that required the confidence to trust that less is enough. And for a man over 60 who has arrived at a place where he is genuinely secure in who he is, the simple outfit is not just the better choice, it is the honest one, the outfit that reflects who he actually is, rather than who he is trying to appear to be. Here is the complete simplicity framework. Find the focal point. Every outfit should put the man, not the clothes, first. Apply the coherence dividend. 3 or 4 pieces in one palette will always outperform 8 pieces in multiple palettes. Apply the remove one thing rule before leaving. The outfit is almost always stronger with one less element. Choose texture over pattern. Solid quality fabrics create visual interest without visual noise. And send the confidence signal. Trust the simplicity. The man who needs nothing to make an impression is always more impressive than the man who needed everything. So here is the challenge. This week, choose one outfit you would normally consider adding something to, a pocket square, an extra layer, an additional accessory. Instead, remove it. Wear the outfit without it. Then stand in front of the mirror for 3 seconds and apply the focal point test. Does the eye go to the face or to the clothes? Notice how the simpler version reads, notice how it feels to wear, and notice whether the impression it creates on the people you encounter is weaker or stronger than the version that had everything. Almost every man who does this honestly arrives at the same conclusion. The simpler version was stronger. The removed element was never needed. If you found this useful, subscribe and share it. This is exactly the kind of fundamental thinking that changes how a man approaches every outfit decision. In the next video, we are going into the 5 morning habits that make men over 60 look completely different in 30 days without buying a single new piece. You will not want to miss that one.